Hello, hello, and help. That's right, help. December has been one of those help months. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence, your participation. Like, share, subscribe. Anything you can do to help this channel grow is much appreciated. I never ask for money, so if anyone pretends to be me asking for money, tell them to kiss your ass and let me know. Okay? But no one should ever be asking you, hey Sarah, what's up, girl? What's up? Yes, it has been a long time. I don't think I remember your name. Wow. Glad to have you back again. Thank you for returning. I love when I have return viewers. Make sure you're subscribed, okay, baby? I've missed you anyway. I haven't seen your name in a long time. Well, this has been the month from hell. This is my birthday month. It's Christmas. And on August, I guess about the 8th, I fell off a ladder that broke. The ladder was broken and I didn't know it. And I fell about 12 feet. Ended up being told I had bone marrow cancer. Went through all that testing to find out that it is probably not bone marrow cancer. They're still not sure. But I had a lady at work that was giving me a really hard time. Really hard time. Hey, Shretha. Hello, darling. Kailash. What's up, babies? I love you guys. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I just got it cut. Thank you, Kailash. Thank you. I'm hanging in there, girl. Shretha, I'm hanging in there. You know, this lady I kept telling you was going to have my job. Well, on the 8th of December, they fired me. And I had told her I didn't have cancer, but I didn't tell her they still didn't know what was wrong with me. I baited her. I wanted to see how she was going to react. And so I held back some medical paperwork that needed to be turned in. And after they fired me, I sent HR a very professional but long email explaining the fact that when someone is sick and you're under the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, that you are supposed to be given reasonable accommodations if you're not doing good at your job, which I was doing great at my job. And that's what made her so mad, is that I was good at my job. And so I had been watching her to see where her weaknesses were. And her biggest weakness was that she was impulsive. And she did things without thinking, like I do sometimes. So it's easy to recognize yourself when you're mirroring somebody. So I said, I'm going to hold these medical papers back and tell her I don't have cancer and see what she does. And within a couple of days, she fired me. Just like that. Didn't give a shit that it was Christmas. Didn't give a shit about any. Illegal as fuck. That's right. I got them by the balls and they know it. Because they still owed me travel money. And when I let the lady know what was going on, I said, by the way, before I forget, I told them everything. I used timelines from the time I told HR. It was only a couple of days before she wrote me up for a bunch of bullshit. And I had been meeting weekly with my supervisor and her supervisor. And neither one were in the meeting to fire me. She was the only one who showed up. She has no idea what's going on with me. And the HR lady even asked me, she said, is this your immediate supervisor? And I said, no, it's not. She is not even in charge of my department. She is over a whole nother department. My immediate supervisor and her immediate supervisor have been doing my supervisions weekly because they were told they had to. And last week, they both told me what a fantastic job that I've been doing. They said there's one area you can improve on, and we're going to show you how to do that. they said, we're kind of curious why you're not already improved on it, so we want to give you a chance to tell us. And I said, well, what is it? And when they told me, I said, the reason is because I was never told I was expected to do that. If I was told I was expected to do that, I would have done it. So they told me what to do, and I jumped on it, and I was in the middle of getting it done. And my heat and air guy was just texting me. My heat's not heating right, so he's going to come out and look at it and try to fix it for me again. Brand new tires I just bought. 2 days after I bought them, the front tire blew completely out. So I put the spare on it. The night I went and worked for Miss Mary, the next night it blew out again on the way home. And my daughter has the same kind of car I have, and I asked her, can you come and bring me your spare and get your boyfriend to put it on my car? It was 14 degrees outside, and me, Otto, and Cosmo were in the car. This was last week. And she said, no, I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. And I was like, okay, fine. So a cop pulled up behind me, and he said, do you need some help? And I said, I can use all the help I can get right now. And I shit you not, when I say that, I mean it. He said, what's going on? And I told him, and he said, let me get you some help out here. So he got me this older man. He showed up with a tow truck, and he said, ma'am, I'm going to do something that I'm not legally supposed to do. But I'm going to let you, your dog, your bird, and all your belongings in your car ride in the car on the tow. And I'm not taking you to the Honda dealership where you're asking to go, because you're going to be sitting there all night, and they're closed tomorrow. So you're going to be there all weekend trying to figure out how to get home. He said, I'm taking you and your car home, and then you can figure out how to get it back here when they're open. So he towed us 30-some miles home for $15. Mind you, my bank, I pay them like an $18 fee to be like a premier member, and I get perks. And one of my perks is that they pay for me to get towed. So they pay up to $100 to tow my car, and he was charging me $125 to tow me to the house. So I ended up only having to pay $15. So that was a blessing, and I'm grateful. But since then, over Christmas, my mom sat my family down and said, listen, you guys have no idea what she's been going through. And for you to continue to treat her the way you've been treating her, as if she's faking or there's not anything wrong with her, is unacceptable. She said, from now on, you treat this woman with respect, because you have no idea what she's been through and what she's facing. So my daughter, the one that told me no, came to my house that night and had her boyfriend put that spare on my car. And my family is becoming more supportive of what's going on with me, because the day they told me that I was terminated, I ended up with a really bad pain in my sciatic nerve, and it was because of stress. Because when you have an autoimmune disease, which is what they think is wrong with me, it's an autoimmune disease mimicking bone marrow cancer. They said any kind of stress will it'll set any kind of problem off. And so what it basically did was it caused my sciatic nerve to be where I couldn't walk. I was walking like a crab. I couldn't stand up straight. I fell down several times. It was just a rough week. I stayed in bed since the 8th. I've been in bed. So I've missed a lot of readings, and I'm sorry about that. But it is what it is. I can't help it. I'm having to survive the best that I can. However, the week that they let me go, I got a phone call on Thursday. And it was Wednesday. And the lady said, I was looking around on Indeed and I found your resume on Indeed and we're real interested in hiring you. Are you interested in doing a short telephone interview with me today? And I said, yeah, what's up? So she told me about the job, and it's something I've done before, but it's hybrid, so I will be able to work from home some. And she said, I've already talked to the director about you. She's already looked over your resume, and she's very interested in hiring you. And she has time to meet with you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Can you meet with her? And I said, absolutely. And so she said, I said, where do I need to go to meet you guys? And she said, it's going to be done by telepomp or whatever you call it. It was done by Google Chat. But during that hour and a half that we talked, at the end of it, she told me, she said, I have been trying to fill this position for 4 months. Keep in mind, that's how long I've been going through this hell. She said, and literally, I had given up on finding anybody until this interview today. She said, you have been the most impressive interview that I have done in a long, I can't even tell you how long. And she said, I can't decide today because I have obligated myself to do one more interview, so I have to at least give that girl an interview. She said, but you will be getting a call next week when I make my decision. And they called me on Friday and told me that I had the job, and they sent me a link to fill out. Thank you, Stretcha. Thank you. So I have another job that starts January 5th, and I have another paycheck. And when I sent them the letter to HR explaining how they had broken the law and how reasonable accommodations are not punitive, they're supportive, and I was told that she was going to do something supportive and that HR would never see it. It wasn't that kind of thing. And as soon as I signed it, she never showed it to me before I signed it. I just signed it trusting her, which I knew better, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Tell her no so she can be even more hateful to you? Happy New Year, baby. Happy New Year. So I signed it, and it was her boss, which is the director, and my boss, which was a new supervisor who I had just gotten to know, were CC'd on that email. And I said, this is not what we discussed. And there was nobody in the meeting but you and I, and it was supposed to be a meeting between 4 people. So there's nobody to say who's right and who's wrong. But I can tell you right now, I'm not a liar. You are. And she said, that is not what I told you. I said, I know it's not what you told me. This is nothing that you told me. You told me you were writing something to support me. I said, this feels like punishment, and you're the last damn person I would go to for support. I wouldn't go to your funeral for support. I mean, I was pissed. And all that did was make her madder. But I calmed down and I respected her, and I was very, I had a lot of humility. But this lady had no compassion whatsoever. She didn't give a shit how sick I was. She wasn't planning on giving me my rights. She just wanted me gone. And I kept telling y'all she was going to get it. And she did. She finally got it. But she didn't get much because as the moment they told me my job was no longer, the stress lifted. I felt it. It was like a cloud lifted over me. And even though my body is feeling a physical stress, my emotions and my spirit are feeling so much lighter. Because that lady gave me so much hell. All right, let's get on with the reading. Enough about me, but you do need to know where I've been because you deserve that. And I'm sorry I haven't been around much, but I have had a lot going on. All right, you guys. I'm going to do a reading, and it's called Second Chance. I can't read the lyrics to the song, so you'll just have to go into the description box, pull those lyrics out. I have them in there. I didn't even have the description because the phone that I'm supposed to be using for the channel is being traded in for a new phone. And I have the new phone, but I haven't been able to transfer the data because there's something wrong. I have to take it into the store and have them. There's a SIM card, eSIM or some shit like that missing. So I got to figure out what to do about that. And I haven't been able to get out of bed. And it's not depression. I've been in so much pain, I couldn't get out of bed. When you have a sciatic nerve that's pinched, your ass is in a sling. I can tell you that right now. All right, Spirit says start out with these. How are you working in this collective? Well, I guess I'll leave it there. Wisdom, no integrity, no peace, and no courage. Wow. With self-control and gentleness. So somebody is being gentle and self-controlled, but they lack peace and courage. And they're learning a lesson about integrity. They might be learning a lesson about all of this. Because sometimes it's hard when you have no peace and you feel like you have no courage. Somebody's name is Joshua. Self-control. That's Sagittarius. We are in Sagittarius season. And I was listening to something the other day, and it was about astrology in Sagittarius. And Uranus has been in a placement since 2011 that has withheld Sagittarius from their abundance and their love life. It's withheld that from them. So it's like you might meet somebody and it just don't work out, and you can't understand why. Or you might find this great job that's supposed to be like the best job ever, and it just doesn't work out. And you're like, why? I didn't do anything wrong. Like, what happened? And that's how that's the feel this kind of has. It's like Sagittarius, you've learned to be controlling yourself under some very tough situations where you had no peace. And it's not that you couldn't have courage. I think it's that in order for you to have courage, it would have been unwise. Because you would have had to go against your integrity, if that makes sense. It's like, in order for me to do what I wanted to do with this woman, I would have had to be the old Christy. And don't think for 1 minute that she's gone. She's buried in there deep, but she's still there. And you don't want to meet her. You don't want to meet her. Alright, so let's see. Second chance. Somebody's going to get a second chance. Our love needs a second chance. Since you've been gone, somebody's gone. I don't know all the words. Show me how this happened, Spirit. We're going to do this 2 ways. I just want to quickly see what happened here. What happened here? Spirit said not that day. Okay. Alright, Spirit. Show me what happened here. Somebody felt desperate. And there was no divine union. Oh, Rhonda, are you still here? Rhonda, are you still here? A divine union is not for you. Anyway, some of those of you who are there, you are. Let me tell you what Denny did. He bought Joan a 2.5 carat, 26,000. It was on sale half price. $26,000 diamond ring for Christmas. And then the phone bill was in my name for 4 years, and I paid his phone bill for 4 years. And I had to finally change it over to a different carrier, but they wanted me to pay like a down payment because of my credit score. And so he said he would put it in his name. The first payment was due on the 21st. Yeah, wow. And I don't get paid until the end of the month. So I had already talked to them because I was made an administrator on the account and told them I would pay them by the end of the month. And they said that was fine, that it would not affect his credit. He took me off as an administrator and he said he was going to borrow the money to pay that bill. I said, really? Are you kidding me? Look, he's worried about a $240 phone bill ruining his credit. He might be wanting to worry about a $26,000 ring ruining his credit. Hadn't he? I mean, hey, congratulations. I'm happy that that this man is going in your direction and not in mine. But don't come at me with some bullshit about being 3 days late on a payment when you just bought a $26,000 fucking ring and I've been paying your damn phone bill for 4 years. How about fucking step up and pay the motherfucker? Somebody has no regret about a divine union. I was floored. And then he had the nerve to tell me, get this now, he told me that the ring was a friendship ring. I said, Denny, it's a wedding ring. And she's going to look at it that way. So you might as well go ahead and start planning a wedding. And he said, no, she ain't even going to think of it. His daughter even told him the same thing. His daughter was pissed. She said, Mom is going to think of this as a wedding ring. And you're asking her to consider this as a friendship ring? A best friend in the world ring? So on Christmas Day, when he told me about it, he said, yeah, Joan got her promise ring. I said, Denny, you've been promising her this for 20 years. Marry her. Shit or get off the pot. This woman has been expecting you to marry her for 20 years and you're calling it a promise ring? And I'm going to tell you something. When you consider a promise ring, that means that the engagement ring is expected to be bigger. So you might want to reconsider what you're saying. Marry the woman. What the fuck is wrong with you? But I can tell you what's wrong with him is they can't get married because both of them would lose their government benefits because they can't be married and get those benefits. Hers are from her dead husbands and his are from SSI. And SSI is based on income. And if they thought they were even together, which they already know, they're just waiting to catch them. He makes me sick. He makes me want to puke out my ass. All right, Spirit. I'm sorry, but I deserve to finally have a say in some of this. You know, enjoy your lives together. Enjoy your miserable fucking lives together. Because right now, Jupiter's going through, but Jupiter only comes through once every 12 years. So enjoy the other 11. Pay him for that fucking ring. Tell me how this happened. I texted him last night and I said, hey, shot caller, how does it feel to have, his uncle bought him new teeth, like $100,000 worth of implants, and bought his wife now, or his promised wife, a new car. And he goes out and borrows $26,000 to buy a fucking ring. Who is that fucking stupid and inconsiderate? Like, how fucking inconsiderate can a man be? Somebody is no longer friends because of somebody who wouldn't change. I just spoke it out of my mouth. Oops. That one was meant to come out too. And there will be no reconciliation here. I know that's right. What was being hidden? That you weren't having a fling. It's not all in your head. You're not going to have a rebound, and you're going to get your freedom. Whoop, whoop. What's being shown? That you're going to be dating, and what's going to happen next? True love. So, and that's another thing, Sagittarians. If you've been going through a hard time in your love life, you're going to find true love starting in early spring of 2026 when Uranus moves out of its position. And now somebody's going to be pissed off. Why are they so mad? Because secretly they've been in love with you this whole time. Who gives a fuck? All right, look, and they're a player. A player! Enough about that. So, just in case you were wondering, Denny's a fuck up. He hasn't changed and he's not going to. But I have, and I'm not going to change back. How about them apples? Alright, so now we want to look at day life, each area of our lives for the collective. Alright, show me, Spirit, how you're working at home. Your friends miss your face. They need you and you need them. So somehow your friends miss you at home. Okay? Maybe you haven't been able to get out and see them because you've been stuck in bed, or you haven't had a car to drive, or something's going on that you haven't been able to spend time with your friends. All right, what's going on at work? You're fucking stressed. Work has you fucking stressed. Surprises. You're not going to send a picture. So, you're not going to send any messages to work or to somebody. Why aren't you sending any pictures? You're not sending any text messages. That's a lot. The hell with that. Come on, what's wrong with you? Because tantrums are for babies. They don't listen. You want to fucking say it that you don't want to spend time with them. So you're not going to send a message because somebody is throwing a tantrum and you're listening. So you're listening to this person throw a tantrum. Secret account, maybe? All right. And you want to fuck it, or they're fucking saying it. They're saying it. And you don't want to spend time with them. Or maybe they're saying they don't want to spend time with you. And it isn't personal. Shit's not always about you. So maybe it's both of them listening. I don't give a fuck. Love life. You did not fuck up when you didn't say fuck your job. And it's not that serious. So in your love life, it's not that serious. Somebody didn't say fuck your job, and you did not fuck up. So somebody's saying you fucked up, but you didn't. They're trying to say that you said fuck your job, but you didn't. You were doing the best you could, and it's not that serious. All right, what's your role here? To have sex. I don't know how that's possible for me, but it could be. All right, what's that coming? Second chance, remember the song? Your boundaries are no longer trash. You've blocked those bad vibes. Good for you. And it's time to stop letting people be assholes. And family shit is getting on your nerves. Bye, sweetheart. I wish you'd stick around. We hadn't got to the good part yet. Alright, let's see how Spirit's working through the Spirit of the Animal Oracle. I love these. These cards are absolutely beautiful. Home life, Spirit. Remember, your friends miss your face. You're going to claim your independence. Remember freedom? You're going to have your freedom. These cards are so thick. You're going to claim your independence, the cat spirit, and clear out the clutter. So, it looks like you're going to kick somebody's ass out. Alright, what about your work life? Can't get these cards to shuffle right. Work life. What's going on at work? A lot of cards trying to come out. This happened to me last time I did a reading for y'all. Work life. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy about them being engaged. But don't call it a damn friendship ring. And then call it a promise ring. Call it what it is. It's an engagement ring. And it's time for you to commit. Alright, so at work, you're turning your knowledge into wisdom. Number 67. And that's a wolf spirit. Brown bear spirit. You're going to take time out. So you're taking some time off from work. You're thinking on your feet. You're coming up with a plan on your feet. It's time to let go. So you're letting go. Groundhog spirit. I'll give you the numerology in a minute. Porcupine. It's time for beginner's mind. So you're going to learn something new. You have 67, 9, 27, 31, and 48. And then over here, the cat spirit is 13 and the frog is 28. On my new job, if you remember when I used to work in Jacksonville and I had to drive an hour from Miss Mary's to get there and get back, if you remember that, this new job that I have is doing the exact same thing. Except once I've learned my position and they know I know what I'm doing, then I can work from home if I need to or want to. And I won't be in the office most of the time. I'll be out in the community visiting their homes, visiting their day programs, where it's for people with intellectual disabilities and autism. So I'll be back in a different population of people. You know, working with people who have a drug problem and putting them in housing is like pissing in the wind, because within just a few months they're in the hospital and they've sold everything, even including the refrigerator mount that was holding the refrigerator to the wall. I mean, it is really a waste of money, and I think they need to really look at that. All right, surprises. So I like working with people who have IDDs and stuff because they can't help it. They were born that way, or they have a head injury or something. Be generous. You're going to be generous of spirit, surprisingly. It's the lion spirit, number 37. Life is a mystery, bobcat spirit, number 8. And let spirit be your guide. So you're just going to kind of not know at this point what comes next, but you're going to let spirit guide you. You're going to let spirit show you the way. You're going to be generous also. That's beautiful. Or someone might be generous to you. All right. Love life. Nothing wrong with letting others be generous to you once in a while either. It takes both. Vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. In your love life, nothing's been wasted. And sweet results await. You are going to have somebody that is a true love. You're going to get rid of all this bullshit, divine union, gaga, goo goo. And you're going to have somebody who truly cares about you. And all the time that you've wasted on this crackerhead is not wasted, because you learned a valuable lesson from it, didn't you? Yes, you did. Okay, and I found a fortune cookie. Somebody loves Chinese food. How about another fortune? How about it? Lucky numbers 50, 47, 10, 7, 33, and 15. And no profit grows where there's no pleasure to be had. So, if you don't have any profit growing, it's maybe because there's no pleasure in your life. You're not going to. If you're not having pleasure in your life, how are you going to get anything profitable? You're just going to get more of the same misery. All right. What is your role? To have sex is what it says for the first card. Sometimes life stings. So maybe whoever's having sex is hurting you. I don't know. Or the person you had sex with hurt you. Know your worth. Yeah. I think you had sex with the wrong person and now you feel bad about it. And life is speeding up. Life is about to speed up for you. Things are about to really start moving. Antelope, skunk, and wasp. You have number 2, number 54, and number 64. Over here you have number 7, number 63, and I think I gave you those. All right, and outcome. Upside down. Upside down! Outcome. A lot of cards, Spirit. 56, the spider. Make your dreams real. The electric eel spirit. Bring your ideas to life. So a lot of things you have been putting on the back burner, you need to bring them to the front burner. It's time to work on them. Slow and steady wins the race, so don't try to go too fast. You want to take your time. Set healthy boundaries. You're going to. We saw that. And co-create with spirit. You are about to really take off when it comes to life. And you're going to have true love. That's so amazing. I love it. And then on the bottom of the deck, Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. Not just one person. You're going to have a lot of love. A lot of people love you. You're someone who's well known by a lot of people, and a lot of people love you. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And if you can hype the video. I love it when you guys do that. Do I belong to a coven? No, but I live in New Bern, North Carolina. If you know anything about covens, you know where New Bern is. So, I may have lived in a coven at some point in my life. Not this life, but in a life. Because I definitely have natural gifts of witchcraft. And I don't try to. They come naturally to me. Okay, so if I am one, I'm a natural one, if you understand what that means. And I sense you do. Alright, we'll move these out of the way, and we're going to see what else we need to see from this. Because it looks like you have a lot of really good things coming your way, but you have a lot that you need to get out of your way. It looks like you're going to get a second chance at life because of giving up on something that was not going anywhere, but nowhere. It was going nowhere. It wasn't taking you to where you wanted to be. And Spirit has so much more for you. And this has really been holding you back. This could be that transit. It doesn't have to be a person. But it could be causing problems in your family life, in your friends, and all your relationships. Simply because that's what these transits do, is they come through and they teach you lessons. All right. But the Sagittarians in this collective have been learning them since 2011. Can you imagine? Sagittarius has been through hell, baby. Hell! Are you a Sagittarius? So you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Izzy? Happy holidays to you, baby. Yeah. It's been tough, hasn't it? It's been real tough. In our money and our love lives. It's like, come on already. Does the universe hate me? What have I done? It's not you. It's a transit, and it's a hell of a transit to be selected for. But when you finally get to the end of it, you're going to understand why. Because it's happening to you during this lifetime to prepare you for something special. Yes, it's going to be the year of fire, sweetheart. And everybody is going to see it. We're going to do it on the stage. It's not going to be done behind closed doors. Amen to that. Once this transit passes, it's done. We're finished. The lesson has been learned. And we have been chosen for something special. Not everybody gets chosen for something this special. You've been chosen for something special. I want you to know that. All right. I don't see much else to look at except let's look at how we don't F ourselves. How do we not F ourselves at home? You need to release your expectations around money and be in balance, okay? Hi. All right, work life. Escape materialism, and you have special gifts. Never surrender to normal. I'm telling you. All right, surprises. There's going to be a new love, a soulmate. Could be different races. All right, love life. You're in denial about your love life and your nutrition. You need to eat better. And you're in denial about something. It could be your nutrition. Like, you might be in denial about what you're eating, being healthy for you. All right, and arrow. There's a past life connection, and somebody's home needs TLC. So somebody from your past needs to do some TLC on their home. Why do we care? Release your doubts. Have faith. And plan your career. So somehow this past life connection has something to do with your career. And home needing TLC is connected to them. You're being told to have faith. So for some of you, this past life connection is going to work out. Not for all of you, but some of you. And outcome. You're going to receive a gift. Somebody's going to give you a gift. You're not going to be obsessed, and you're born to stand out. This could be, it says, you're being asked to be open to receiving universal gifts. These could come in the form of love, money, compliments, healing, and universal wisdom. Know that you're worthy of these gifts and be open to them. All right, good job. There you have it. So some of you are going to have a surprise soulmate. And that could be a twin flame also, because this deck doesn't have twin flames. So it could be either or. I'm going to wait and pull the angel cards during the Q&A. I'm finished with this reading. I'm just going to pull one card for guidance. Guidance spirit. The medicine woman, elk medicine woman, and Gaia. I hope Rhonda stuck around, because the reading was really not about love. It was about a lot of things. All right, the elk medicine woman. Number 36. I think we've had that number already. There are certain things that are meant to happen at particular times. This is the working of destiny. No matter how much pressure there is from the outside world or from your own expectations, there is an order of events and divine timing in place so that what is meant to be shall be. Balance your active pursuit of your dreams and ambitions with patience. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. And trust in the right timing of things. You are given a message that you are capable of great accomplishments this lifetime, Sagittarius. All of you, but especially Sagittarius. Rather than fighting against life, trust that it is working with you and for you. Do what is in your power to do, but pace yourself with trust and surrender too. Elk Medicine Woman comes with guidance to heal your soul. Steady does it, Wild One. Maintain the pace that marches your inner rhythms. Do not feel rushed by urgency or external demands. You cannot force life to flow. The heart is at peace with this because it knows that perfect timing is divine timing. You have the endurance to go far, to attain great things in this life. You must conserve your energy to maintain your stamina. If you push yourself to exhaustion, you just make the way harder for yourself, nor does it speed up your results. Forcing creates resistance, which just slows everything down. Elk Medicine Woman understands that you have great courage. Remember your courage and your peace being out in reverse, being out of whack. To have great courage, Elk Woman understands to have great courage, which will take you to places that others may not dare to go. With your inner wisdom and self-confidence, there is so much that you shall achieve and receive. She whispers in your heart, affirming that your accomplishments shall be impressive. She guides you to work hard, but also to enjoy your life and allow others to support you. Remember, somebody's going to give you a gift. When divine timing is just right, you will hit your stride. You will attain all that for which you have aimed and more. And who aims besides Sagittarius? I'm telling y'all, Sagittarius is about to blow up come spring. Watch what I tell you. If you have a Sagittarius, or if you have a sun or in one of your big placements and you felt held back financially and in your love life, you are fixing to see things explode like you never thought possible. And it's going to be done publicly, because a lot of the things you've gone through have been gone through publicly. And you have felt the humiliation of that. But it wasn't meant to cause you to be humiliated. It was meant to teach you humility. And now you've learned it. And now you can live it. And not everybody can live humility. To be shed of your ego is one of the greatest gifts you can be given. All right. She guides you to work hard, but also enjoy your life. And see, that job that I just had to give up, it pushed so hard that you couldn't enjoy life. You never had a moment to enjoy life. If you took a day off, you would have to work overtime for 3 or 4 days to catch up on what you got behind on. They had us doing so much work. They had us doing the work of 2 people, the job descriptions of 2 people, and paying us for 1. And I can't handle that kind of stress at this age. I'm not going to. Eventually, I would have let that job go. But the universe just did it for me because I have something better waiting. And it proved that to me by me having a job by the end of the next week. You will attain all that for which you have aimed and more. Place the back of your hands on the top of your head with your fingers extending upward in a slightly curved shape. These are your symbolic soul antlers. They draw in divine transmissions of guidance, blessing, energy, and instruction. Imagine, visualize, feel, and pretend that you can suck all the spiritual goodness in your soul antlers and then move your hands down to relax at your heart. And then I'm going to read Gaia for you also. And then we're going to go on to Q&A. So if you want to get that ready. I love to work too, Izzy. I love to work, and I have to be careful not to work too much and put too much of myself into my work and to take care of myself. And my friends probably miss my face because I work so much. And that might be what's going on with a lot of y'all. It's the right time, or soon will be, for things to come together for you. If there's something that you really believe in but have been waiting for a long time to bring to life or to see succeed, here's good news that something is beginning to stir, and at the right time, things are going to fall into place. There's a bigger question of divine timing about these matters, and it's not that you are or are not doing something right. Do not give up, but do not give in but do give in to the wise timing of the Earth Mother, who knows how to grow all souls, all things into perfect fullness of divine expression. Something new is being hatched. You may wonder if you are imagining it, or if the idea is startling and beautiful change is just a foolish fantasy. Gaia comes to tell you that this newness is real. New life is forming, and when the time is right, it is going to spring forth as something amazing. What is needed is some patience, and you have it here, the self-control. You have the patience, care, and a willingness to trust in what is happening within your own soul. Most of the time, people don't think about their soul, let alone use their inner senses to feel for what their soul is experiencing. When we do take the time to go within, we inquire after our own soul experience, a beautiful inner relationship develops, and we start to feel the life of the soul as very real and genuine. We begin to experience more joy, faith, peace, patience, and trust. We start to share a special secret inner knowing with our soul about beautiful happenings that are going to take place. We feel a quiet inner confidence and a sense of knowing that is going on in our lives at a deeper level. This is comforting and helpful. Now is the right time to take time for your soul, to care for yourself, just like you would a fragile egg with precious new life growing inside. Enjoy your growing soul connection as you trust in what is about to hatch. Sagittarius, it's coming, baby. It's coming. It's coming for a lot of you because you have that placement. And some of you may have the placement that's moving. So that could also have a good impact on you as well. Imagine that to you a precious invisible egg which holds a precious new life within it. This egg exists deep in your soul. Speak to it in a soft, loving, cooing tone. Tell this egg how much you love it, how grateful you are that it's going to come to life. And then imagine that egg glowing in a soft golden tone as it reveals your loving tones. Y'all got some good stuff coming your way in 2026. A lot of you probably are Sagittarians on this channel, or you are in a relationship with one, or you know one. And you're going to see them flourish like never before. And you've probably watched them struggle like you never thought anybody could ever struggle. Because we have. We have. What spiritual gifts are operating in this collective? Home life. Abundance is here. And no faith in communication. Oh wait, card in the wrong deck. Cards in the wrong deck. Okay, cards in the wrong deck. How about that? That don't happen by accident, folks. I mean, it does, but nothing happens by accident at this table. And I don't do it on purpose. Alright, what I got is Angel of Learning. Remember I said you're going to learn something new? Angel of being inspired, angel of happiness, angel of decisions, angel of past lives, and angel of unity. So somebody resonates with that. At home, you have abundance, you have faith, and communication that came out in reverse. But it might turn around, who knows. You got 1, you got 10, and you got 12. Wait, this goes over here too. Your faith is over here. Your abundance and no communication are over here. So somebody's not talking to you about money. Okay? What's going on in your work life? Your heart's mending and there's no choice. The Lovers is here. You have no choice but for your heart to be mended. Or you're not going to make a choice about your heart being mended or something like that. All right, that's your work life. Spirit's working on you not making a choice about your broken heart. Well, what will they decide? What do you want them to do? Spirit said your loved ones in spirit are going to show you what to do. So you don't need to worry about what to do. Let your loved ones in spirit show you. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Surprises. You have a gift for numbers and nature. Outside, being grounded, having land, being out in nature. All right. Somehow numbers and nature. All right, love life. Another card in the wrong deck. You no longer feel like you're crazy, and you're over the challenges. You've finally gotten over the challenges in your love life, and you no longer feel crazy. Why don't you feel crazy? Because you've been meditating. Good for you. And what have you decided from meditating? I can see you meditating. You can fold them legs up too. I can't do that. There's going to be a doorway open. Alright. Outcome. A new beginning. Wait, that was your love life. Okay, so what's your role? A promise, the rainbow. The lesbian gay community, 28. Number 29, number 11, number 22, number 4, number 25, number 26. We got a lot of numbers that are going in sequence here. Number 20, number 21, wow, and number 16. A lot of sequences here. There's a lot of sequences going on. Okay, so Spirit is making you a promise that you're going to have. What's the promise? That you're no longer going to have to juggle everything. Your chakras are out of alignment because you can't juggle it all. You know, it is hard to focus on your spiritual life when you're trying to juggle too many things. What's the promise and outcome? There's an angel. But there's no angel. Why is there no angel? Your chakras are out of line. You can't juggle everything. And Spirit's promising you. What's going to be the outcome? Because we see you have a new outcome. Your money's in reverse. So for somebody, your money's going to be in reverse. Why is it going to be in reverse? It's like you can't get to your money. Because the feathers are reversed. There's no feathers. You're a phoenix rising, though. You haven't been finding any feathers. You haven't been finding any coins. But you are going to have a new beginning. There's no angel involved. Your chakras are out of alignment. And you can't juggle everything. You've got yourself in over your head. But you have a promise of a new beginning. So focus on that. You're going to have a doorway. You've been meditating and you realize that. And you no longer feel crazy. My ears are stopping up. Your nature is here and you're gifted with numbers. Your loved ones in spirit are going to help you to understand what choice to make when it comes to a broken heart. Remember, our love needs a second chance. You've broken somebody's heart, is what it sounds like to me. Or they've broken yours. And there's no communication about abundance. Somebody doesn't want to talk to you about money. All right, Kailash, I'm going to stop there with this reading, and I'm going to take a break because I got to walk. My hips killing me. When I get back, we're going to do Q&A. Oh, Izzy. I met one recently, and I actually really like him. And I keep thinking he's a scammer, but he's never asked me for anything. And even recently when he went off to work, he tried to buy something online for his daughter and me for Christmas. And they froze his account because he has a personal account and a business account. And they froze his personal account because somebody overseas was trying to use it. So now she can't get access to any money in his personal account at home. And he can get access in his money, but he can't use it in any way to do anything for us. So he's trying to, he hasn't asked me for a thing. He said he never would, and he promised me he's not now. He said, I'm just discussing the situation I'm in. He said, I'm trying to get money to send to my daughter so she can pay the bills. So he's going to ask his boss for an extension on the money that's going to be owed at the end of the job, like a 10% extension, and send all of that to her. He said he was going to send some to me, and I told him absolutely not. You're not sending me any money, and I'm not taking any money. Don't ask me for any, and I won't ask you for any. We can take care of ourselves. Worry about your daughter. All right, I'll be right back. And he agreed with me. He said that was a good plan. He said, I think that keeps everything safe until we meet and we get to know each other. But he's a really nice guy. He's my age. He's a really sweetheart. I'll be back. I'll be back. And he lives in South Carolina, of all places. Like the next state over, like 6 hours from me. How about that? come, here I come. He did tell me when he gets back home, which will be in February, that he wants us to find a place that we both agree on and buy a house. And he doesn't want me to work. And I'm like, I gotta work. I have to work. That's what I do. So he said he would support me in whatever I wanted to do, which I thought was nice. And building a house or buying a house. Oh, and I told him I said I needed to go to a gym where I can work out where they have a pool. He said, "No, I'm building you a pool. You're gonna have a pool." I was like, "What?" So we'll see. I mean, like Sagittarius's money is about to blow up, and we're both Sagittarians. We're both struggling with money right now. He has money, but he can't get to it. Isn't that crazy? And he hasn't asked me for a penny at all. In fact, he sent me a gift for my birthday, which I thought was really sweet. And it got here on my birthday. So I'm looking forward to meeting him when he gets home. We've been talking now for about 3 months. And I've blocked him twice. The first time I blocked him, I blocked everybody. I said, I'm tired of this shit, all these scammers. I just blocked everybody. About 3 days later, I got a phone call, a regular phone call. And I was like, hello? And he said, why did you block me? He speaks with an accent, like a French accent. And I said, who is this? And he said, it's James. Why would you block me? I said, I've blocked everybody. He said, unblock me, please. I want to get to know you. I was like, I don't think so. I don't trust any of y'all. I think you're all scammers. And he said, no, I'm not scamming you. He said, I'm just trying to get to know you. He said, we were talking and getting along fine, and all of a sudden I wake up this morning and I'm blocked. And I said, I don't know how to unblock you. So just, if you want to talk to me, just call me. He said, you got to unblock me because when I leave to go to work, I can't talk to you on the phone. I'll have to talk to you on the apps on my laptop. And he said, I want to do video chats with you so we can talk that way too. We did a FaceTime. So I know he is who he says he is. But I don't trust easily because I've had a lot of people lie to me. And I can't stand a liar. That's one thing I can't put up with is lying. So anyway, we'll see. Who knows? He might turn out to be a good guy. All right, we got a list, Kailash. Wouldn't that be awesome to meet a man that could buy a house and make a pool? Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. I've always had pretty much nothing but struggle my whole life. And I'm literally the only person in my family who hasn't done well for themselves. I've done well for myself because I turned my life around and I got my degree. And now I make good money when I'm working. This new job pays just a little bit less than the other job, but the difference I'll be making in taxes will probably pay the same, take-home pay. And plus, I won't be paying for all those. I was paying $300 for Aflac. And this job has 401k. They have $1,500 per semester, I guess, for reimbursement for tuition. 401k, dental, vision, medical. Oh, and I got it written into my contract that all of my vision, medical, and dental will start day one. So I can go ahead and start seeing doctors. I'm in, baby. Where you been? Okay, we'll get to you in just a minute, Izzy. You haven't been added. Kailash, can you add Izzy? I'm going to be what they call a clinical supervisor for people who have intellectual disabilities and autism. And I'm going to supervise the HAB techs that are working with them in their environment, and also supervise the people that they take care of. And there's about 40 of them. So I'm going to be staying pretty busy. She did tell me that she's trying to hire enough people that she can cut our caseloads back to 25, which is what they should be. Thank you, Izzy. Thank you, baby. And I love working with people who have intellectual disabilities and autism because they can't speak for themselves. They need somebody to speak for them. And I don't put up with people being mistreated. Yay! Congratulations, Izzy! Yay! I didn't even have to look for one. They found me on Indeed and sought me out. And if James doesn't work out, Kailash is moving to America. Good job, Izzy. I'm going to be full-time also. I start January 5th. But I've already been paid for this month, or I will be Monday. So I've got a whole month's worth of pay. Plus they've got to pay me my mileage still, which is about $1,500 more. Post your question, Amin. I know you love Cosmo, baby. He's being a bad boy, though. You should see what he's done to my shoulder. He was trying to sharpen his beak again, and he got my shoulder. So, and now he's learned when I get out of bed to go make my coffee. Small message for you. Okay. When I get out of bed to go make my coffee, he's learned that he can get out from under the covers and fly into the kitchen and get on my head. So I don't even have a moment to myself anymore unless I put him in that cage. And that is daunting, trust me. That little parrot, last night when I was trying to finish my paperwork for the new job, he would not go to bed. He would not. He kept sneaking out from under the covers. I told him, if you don't stop coming out from under those covers, I'm going to choke you. He's a little kite parrot. I'll get him out right before we close. All right, so I'm in. One small message for me. I'm going to give you an angel message because I think they're just absolutely beautiful cards. And I think that they give us some very good guidance in life. Angels, what messages do you have for Amin? I know your name is something different. Thank you so very much, Spirit. I am present and focused. My powers of manifestation are unlimited. Message from Archangel Metatron. Call upon me for grounding and assistance in manifesting your personal goals with confidence. So you have some goals you want to manifest, and you're in a place right now where you can manifest things instantly and unlimitedly. So call upon these powers from Metatron. Call upon Metatron for your grounding and assistance in manifesting your personal goals with confidence. And then on the bottom of the deck we have, I release my resistance to change. I am excited for the miracles that await me. Manifesting angels. You're manifesting. Amen. Call upon us to release your fears and open your mind to all the miracles waiting to happen in your life. You're in a period of manifesting right now. And you need to call upon these angels to help you. Okay? All right, sweetheart. Who was next? Let's go back up. That is good to hear. Now we have Andrea. What's up, Andrea? Izzy, don't worry, you're fine. You just didn't know. And I didn't have it in the description box this time how things work because that was on the other phone. So you're fine, baby. You're okay with HBU? What's HBU? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Somebody explain to me what Andrea means by that. The candle, I got one here. And then I have another one here. And then I actually have another one back there. But I haven't bought any of the other kind of candles because I haven't had the money. Okay. What has Carlos the Leo's energy? What was his energy when I left his house on Christmas at 2 in the morning and I didn't even say anything? Oh. He was ignoring you? Whoa. Whoa. Let's find out what's going on here. Show me Carlos the Leo's energy on Christmas night when Andrea left and he didn't even say anything, and she didn't even say anything. Oh, wow. He felt sorrow, loss, grief, and depression. Why was he acting dumb? Rejection. Then why does he feel sorrow? Okay. Andrea. And there's also distance as a factor. Where are they at? Ah! Oh, y'all got a mess. Fuck. Oh. That's what I thought. I don't know if y'all are twin flames, but it's time for the twin flame. Let me ask outright. Hey, everything's going everywhere. Oh my God. Y'all got a mess. Y'all got a big old mess. Making me bend down like this. Oh, kick his ass. Divine masculine standing up like he's all in his power. Twin flame standing up like it's in its power. Lord have mercy. He's fighting this for some reason, unless he's not your twin flame. And I'm going to find out if he is. Because if not, it might be time for him to be with somebody else. Oh, Lord Jesus, have mercy. If you knew how bad a sciatic nerve hurts when you have one, you'd understand. All right, so angels, can you tell me if Carlos the Leo is Andrea's twin flame? It's up to you within the next few months. What do you mean it's up to you? No, listen to your intuition. That's what I thought. He's not your twin flame. One of you has a twin flame, but it's not the other one. And it's time for the twin flame. So he's rejecting you and he feels bad about it, but he knows he has to put distance there because it's time for this twin flame. Now, how does he feel about the twin flame? Oh, card in the wrong deck. The Four of Cups came out in reverse. So at one time, he didn't want any love from this person. He didn't have any feelings for this person. He didn't want anything to do with this person. But now he regrets comparing whatever he didn't want to whatever he did want. He was being tricky and keeping secrets. This is from this deck. Okay. How else does he feel about the twin flame? Like they need healing, like it's hopeless, and like they haven't been able to form a foundation, establish a family, and somebody's bluffing. So I don't think he knows if these are even real. Like, I don't think he really believes in twin flames. But he's not yours. Show me how he felt when she left that night. This is a tricky reading. Show me how he felt when she left that Christmas night. Confidence back. Confidence for what? Confidence back. Confidence for what? Compromising to win. He's been afraid of changing, recovering his stability, and breaking it off with you. And the devil. Could be some substance use here. It looks like to me he has another person. Can you show us the other person? It looks like it could be a Sagittarius. Somebody who's been through a lot of hell, a lot of adversity, and they've been holding back their feelings. Yeah, it's a Sagittarius. They're fixing to get victory. You're fixing to find out that he has somebody else. And he feels bad, but he's gonna have to reject you. That's what I'm seeing. Let me see what the angels say. Is Carlos gonna reject her? Oh, the table is wet. Oh, coffee every freaking where. I never spill my coffee while I'm reading. What the hell? Is he gonna reject her for a twin flame? Take action. Yep, he's going to. He's going to reject you within the next few weeks. He has a twin flame he hasn't been telling you about. How he felt that night, he felt sorrow, but rejection. He felt sorrow that he's having to reject you. He's treating you this way because it's basically saying that he has a twin flame that he's fixing to leave you for in the next few weeks because it's time for him to be with them. I'm in, baby. I did yours. It was about manifesting. Izzy, your turn, baby. You can go back and watch it after I post it, or you can rewind it. Izzy, I hope you didn't leave. And that's what it was showing, is that he was going to go back to doing drugs. I'm sorry, Andrea. You can do better. That whole thing I talked about, rewatch this video if you haven't seen it, because I talked about my twin flame and how stupid he is. I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy for him. But to have somebody spend a whole bunch of money fixing your teeth and to buy you a new car and for you to borrow $26,000 to buy a diamond ring is inconsiderate as hell. Like, who the fuck are you thinking about? Are you thinking? Do you care? That's using people. Yeah, I would rewatch it. There was a lot in there, but he's about to leave you for that twin flame in the next few weeks. It said it twice. It also said it's up to you about the twin flame. So there might be something you can do to stop him. Twin flames can be some of the most irrational, most disturbing relationships ever. And I think personally they can be very fucking unhealthy and not what's best for you at all. You really need to be strong enough to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Okay. Sarah wants to know, what message do I need to hear about BL? What's going to happen? All right, let's see if we can find out. What's going on with BL? What's going on with Sarah and BL? Addiction and confusion came out on the pre-shuffle. Confusion. There's a lot of confusion around this relationship. card turned over. Addiction is determined to be here. Sex only, also, that could be causing the confusion. There's also addiction. That could be the addiction, sex. We have lust, not love, addiction, sex only, and confusion. Ooh, get away from this person. All right, what's going on with BL? May I see, please? Is it BL? Somebody is being vulnerable and they're burned out. They're being cold and they're just not compatible. Or they feel like they're not. You cannot experience true intimacy unless you open your heart to be yourself. This person, I don't think, is vulnerable. I don't think they open up to you. I think they're burned out with you. I think they're tired, or you're tired of them being so closed off. They're closed off. I think they do that hot and cold thing because it's sex only and confusion. I think you're confusing lust with love. And I think that you're compatible in the bed. That's what I think. I think the sex is good and that's confusing you. You can't confuse good sex with love. It's not the same thing. It's just not. And that's what I see happening here. This person is cold as hell to you, and somebody is emotionally burned out. Retreat and recover before continuing. And then it says, you don't really believe there's a match for you. Have an open mind. But there is a match for you. You just don't believe there is. And somebody's indecisive. They won't make decisions. I think this person, get rid of this one. This is next. I'd be like, next. That'd be my advice to you. But let me pull you a card of advice. Guidance. It's not advice, it's guidance, baby. Guidance. Here we go. Oh, this is a beautiful card. Oh, yeah. This is beautiful. Yeah. This is perfect for you. Daughter of a Sacred Heart. My ears are stopped up. You are going to free yourself from a painful criticism or judgment held against you, perhaps by yourself, perhaps by another person or group of people. Human beings do not have the spiritual right to condemn each other or ourselves. Every human being is here to learn how to grow, and every human being will make mistakes along the way. You are realizing that you can claim responsibility for your actions and make amends where needed without ever deserving to be attacked or put down. You are realizing that you don't have to be perfect to be pure of heart and deserving of respect and kindness. This makes the mother very happy. Within you is a goodness and innocence that can never be tainted, no matter what experiences you've had or what mistakes you think you've made. It can be hard to understand and accept just how much the Divine Mother loves you, just how much the Divine Mother respects you, forgives you, doesn't judge you. No matter what human errors you may make, and we are all going to make plenty of those throughout the course of our lives, you will always remain a daughter of the Sacred Heart, encouraged, held, comforted by the unconditional love of the Divine Mother. She has the power to bring redemption, forgiveness, and reassurance after a period of suffering and struggle. Can you hear her beautiful voice within your soul? I love you now and always, she says. She wants you to know that a difficult time is coming to an end. Everything is going to work out according to her grace. Trust in her and all the relief to enter your heart now. Write a list of all the things that you find hard to forgive yourself or someone else for, including anything that you think is wrong with you or another. Be brave, bold, and honest. Now go through the list and cross out each item one at a time. After you cross each item off the list, write, I am loved, I am forgiven, I forgive myself. Even if it takes a while to write that down, do it. Even if it is for someone else and you aren't sure that it makes sense, do it anyway. Healing will happen for you and others. You are programming higher truth into your heart and you are worth the effort. And then Tribe of the Kindred, number 10. Home is where the heart is. Give your heart permission to reveal to you the people, places, and activities that feel like home for you. You are in a phase of transition in your life, casting off that which is not true to your heart in favor for that which really feels like it belongs in your world. Sometimes the mind resists, thinking that if we let go of too much, we'll be left with nothing, and that it's better to hold on to something even if it isn't right. This prevents you from being able to find your way home. It's safe to trust your heart as it attracts into your world that which is truly meant for you. So you got to let go, baby. You got to let go of this person. They have hurt you and made you feel like you're not enough. And that is so far from the truth. And that sex-only shit's got to stop. I'm not judging you. I'm not telling you how to live your life. But if that's the reason why you're staying with somebody, that's not the right reason. And that person is mistreating you. They're using you for sex. Or you're using them for sex. Wasn't that for Izzy? I thought that was Izzy. Izzy never showed up? I think Izzy left. I think she got confused. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, okay. Let me go back up. Izzy, if you're here, what's coming for love, past, new, both? Okay. What's coming for love? Okay. All right, let's see. What is coming for love? I don't know how to ask that question. Love is so far from my mind these days. What's coming for love for Izzy? May I see, please, what's coming for love for Izzy? Stability. Somebody's got feelings for you. What's coming for Izzy in the future for love? Woo, woo, woo. There's some truth coming in real fast. The Knight of Swords. That is a younger person, or it's just information that comes in through a person real fast. Like they bring this information to you real fast about something that's hopeless. But that there's going to be a wheel where this thing is hopeless. There's going to be a wheel where something won't change. Because of something that won't change, there's about to be a wheel. You got all major arcanas, Izzy, but one, and that's the information you're going to get. And look, the Fool, you're about to have a new beginning, sweetheart. Holy cow, what's the information? The Queen of Swords in reverse. The Pentacle in reverse. And the Two of Wands in reverse. So it's like this woman has set she's being a bitch because she feels like she missed a new opportunity because of holding back. But then the truth comes in. What's that truth? What's there no hope for? There was a difficult decision. The devil was involved. The Queen of Cups is here. And they had to compromise to win. So somebody was in denial about an addiction, it looks like, or something that was very destructive. And there was a woman, very intuitive, loving, all the pets, they pet the dogs, they love the kids. They're just kind and sweet. They love the water, they love to swim. They're a water sign, and they're probably a Scorpio. They probably have a Scorpio placement. They could be an air sign with a Scorpio placement. They could be a Libra. They could be an Aquarius. There's a Capricorn placement or a person. This woman could be undecided about a Capricorn because they know they have to compromise to win. But they're finding out that there's no hope for that. So why is the wheel here? Because a gleeful celebration. What's going to be the outcome of the celebration? A lot of cards, Izzy. Lesson unlearned, unbalanced actions, unaccepted responsibility, and a haunted choice. So you're going to make the wrong choice back here where you're choosing this devil energy. You're going to choose the devil energy by compromising, and you're not going to learn your lesson by doing that. You're going to end up partying. The wheel is you partying. Why is death here? Death is in reverse. Damn, you're getting a lot of cards. Because of the Chariot, the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Six of Coins in reverse, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Eight of Wands in reverse. So, what won't change is you getting over this person who you think they care about you because they give you drugs or they give you money, and you're not using your intuition about why you can't get any traction to move forward. What would it take to move forward? You got the King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. So the two of you are not a good pair. And you feel like you missed an opportunity to be in a relationship with him. But truly, you chose to be in a relationship with the wrong person. What is it keeping attraction? Recognizing you have an opportunity. And will they? You're going to have to go through a hard time. You're going to have to control yourself. Get your money under control. And you're not going to be emotionally complete right now in your love life. Will that change soon? The King of Swords, fill in the blank, and the Five of Cups. So something's going to happen. Look, judgment. This King of Swords you've been doing drugs or whatever with, it's going to change because something's going to happen to them. I am going to say, I hate to say it. They might go to jail. Bad judgment. They're going to use bad judgment. What's the outcome of the bad judgment? Reckless imbalance. They could hurt themselves also. Look, also a fight. Yeah, this person's going to end up in jail or in the hospital or in a bad way. You need to get away from whoever this is that you keep going back to. And somebody's going to come in and tell you this, but you're not listening to the person who's telling you. Why you're not listening, I don't know. But you need to start listening to whoever that is because they're giving you good advice. You have someone in your life who cares about you. I'm going to give you guidance and then we're going to go with whoever's next or whatever goes on. All right, Izzy's advice, guidance, or whatever you want to call it. Get away from this person, Izzy. You and this person are going to end up in trouble together if you're not careful. My life is full of magical moments. I see signs and guidance from the angels in all that I do. Archangel Uriel, call upon me, the Archangel of epiphanies and brilliant ideas. When you need spiritual messages, revelations, and magic, call upon me, the Archangel of epiphanies and brilliant ideas, when you need spiritual messages, revelations, and magic. And you need that right now, bad. I'm beautiful, the world is beautiful, my future is beautiful. A message from Archangel Jophiel. As the beauty of God, I can help you see positive in any situation. Put on my uplifting rose-colored glasses. My past pain does not define me. I move forward with grace and peace. Thank God. Call upon Archangel Azrael. Call upon me whom God helps, for supporting and rising from the ashes of your past to be stronger than ever before. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. Let go of this clown. They're pulling you down into some bad, bad stuff. I am a magnet for answered prayers. I effortlessly attract blessings into my life. You hear that? Message from Archangel Sandalphon. I am the deliverer of prayers. Your request will be heard and answered in ways that will bring you the greatest joy and fulfillment. You are able, if you decide that you want to go in a new direction, to have a new beginning, and you can manifest that new beginning. Or you can keep playing around with this clown. They're going to either end up hurt and in jail, or you both are. You're going to end up in trouble together, baby. Do you understand what I'm talking about? What's going on in Uday's mind and life? Okay. What's going on in Uday's mind and life spirit? May I see, please? In his mind. In his mind, he's pretending. What's going on in his life? This card stood up, upside down. He's not drifting and he's not rejecting. And he's not sidetracked. So he's pretending that he's not drifting and he's not rejecting. And that he's not sidetracked. What's the truth? That you guys are mirroring each other? Or he's mirroring somebody. He has no clarity at all. It looks like you have reflections, shared feelings, and you. What's going on is you. He doesn't have clarity though. Will he ever come back into her life? Let me ask your angel. Will Uday ever come back into her life? Be assertive within the next few months. So if she's assertive, will he come back? It's up to you. Recovery. I would say yes in the next few months. There's something you have to do to be assertive. Let's find out what you have to do. What does Asha have to do to be assertive to get Uday to come back? Ooh, these cards. Judgment. Negative consequence. Clarify judgment. That's a major arcana. Ooh. It's saying not learn your lesson and have unbalanced actions. And nothing is going to change. Should she even bother? I think that's why it was saying it's up to you. Whether you want to go through. You're soul searching about that. The Spirit says you need to soul search about that. Because this would be a senseless risk. I don't think you should do it. I think you should let bygones be bygones and let him go for right now. Things could change as, you know, the planets evolve. But right now, my personal advice would be to leave it alone because it feels very much like you're going against the universe. And you're going to have some consequences, like some karma, if you do it. So, you do what you want to do. Yes, he could be in the next few months. But it's going to cause you to have to do something wrong to get him to come back. And I wouldn't. It's not worth it. I would wait. If it's meant, the universe will bring him back. I knew you were, Izzy. Manya, what's up, baby? Oh, wonderful. Hello, lovely Manya. I love it. New people everywhere. Didn't we already have that prediction like at the last new moon reading that we were all going to be finding new people? You're welcome, Asha. And to hell with James. Kailash moved to the U.S. I love me some Kailash now. He's too young for me, though, damn it. Why'd you have to be born so late in life, in my life? He doesn't care about age. All right. They never do. They never do at this age. I hope so. Oh my God, I hope so. That would be so awesome. You're such a gentleman. You can be a little wacky though. I can tell. I'm blushing. Okay, let me stop. That would be really nice though, and I hope you're right. I certainly hope you're right. Okay, let me get back to who's next. Somebody, it doesn't have to be drugs. It could have been that they were giving you money or they were giving you something tangible. They may have been paying bills for you. They could have been doing the drugs. I don't know. But there was like, it was off when it came to like somebody being benevolent. They weren't being benevolent. They were being stingy. They weren't giving you your fair share, or you weren't giving them theirs, or something. And it was something that had to do with the devil. Something that can enslave you. If you understand what I'm saying. Okay, let me get back. Let me get back to Manya. Oh, Manya, you're silly. there's this new person, Lakshay. How does Lakshay feel? Let's find out. All right, let's use these cards. I like these cards. Show me how Lakshay feels about Manya's spirit. The truth. Let's see the truth. Oh, he's got a lot of feelings and he's getting clarity on them too. Uh-oh. A whirlwind of emotion. Show me how Lakshay feels about Manya. Like it's a spiritual connection and he's getting clarity on that. Well, might have found a keeper this time. Like Miss Mary would say, uh-oh, use your intuition about no spiritual connection. All right, show me how he feels, Spirit. The truth. How does he feel? Oh, what? Why? Why? Ah! I hate to break the news to you. He feels like the two of you clash in some way. Like you're either different, incompatible, or you fight. You clash. And it's because they don't want somebody who's always playing the victim or always talking about their mistakes or how they messed up things in the past. And somebody here may be a little bit clingy. But what's going to end up happening is this is going to end up causing them to become frozen. So they feel like you have been clashing and don't want to be misunderstood. So you're clinging. Are you doing that? Izzy, you weren't here for the reading, baby. You weren't here for your reading. This isn't your reading. The last one wasn't your reading. Yours was the one before that. You asked me for the past, the present, and the future, I think. And I said, okay, Spirit, show me what's coming in the future. And it looked like that person was coming back. Somebody was trying to tell you to leave that person alone and you weren't listening. I don't know who it was. They could be a Capricorn. Or they could be a Libra. It looked like you were going to have, or they could have been a Scorpio. I don't know. You can go back and watch your video because you missed yours because I was talking to you and you weren't responding. I was saying, where did Izzy go? Where did Izzy go? Oh my God, Izzy left. And Kailash said, she posted above. And I said, okay, let me go back and do her reading. You didn't hear any of that, did you? You. It wasn't saying that you were with somebody. You asked me what was coming from the past, the future, or the present. It wasn't saying you do drugs. I said it was the devil. The devil is something that can enslave you. The devil can be something positive too, but something was off balance because I got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, which means that somebody was either overgiving or not giving enough. Whenever I call your name, you need to be here for the reading. Because if something comes out and I don't understand it, you can tell me then, and then I can understand it better. Because I'm a reader, I'm not God. So come back, I'll be back tomorrow, and we'll do another reading for you to try to find out what's going on, okay? I'll be happy to. The readings are free every day. And I even said in the reading, it doesn't have to be drugs. It could be anything tangible. Okay. So, back to Manya. Manya, what is going on here? Let me talk to you for a minute. You think that Ash's reading is your reading, and it's not. You have the whole wrong reading, baby. You need to go back and watch your reading. Now, who was I reading for right now? Is it Manya? Okay. Manya, what's going on? This guy thinks you're clashing. And they don't want to be they feel like you feel misunderstood, and that somebody's borderline clingy and they're about to become frozen because of it. They don't think you have feelings for them because of clashing. Are you fighting with them? Are you talking to them about your ex a lot? What is going on here? All right, hold on. Izzy could have been, that could be me clashing with Izzy. Ooh. I love you, and I hope you'll come back. But once your reading has been done, please do not interject into the other person's reading, because you've had your time is up, and you can come back another day and get another reading. The readings are free, so be grateful that you got a reading, because many people watch that don't. And the reason why your reading didn't resonate is because you were watching Ash's reading. Alright, good. No bad energy. Alright, Spirit. Help me to focus on Manya and this new fella or woman. I think Manya goes both ways. May I know? Yeah, it could be. Okay, it's a he. He's a new person. Okay. So Lashkay. How does Lashkay feel for Manya, Spirit? May I see, please? Show me Lashkay's feelings for Manya. Close out all other readings. Again, soulmate foundation. This person sees you as somebody, and see, that's what I was picking up at first until all that confusing energy came through. Karma, no soulmate. Here we go again. It's doing the same thing with a different deck. Might be happening. Karma and intimacy. How does Lashkay feel about Manya, Spirit? What the fuck? Okay. I got beauty, and releasing in reverse. Is he saying that she's not beautiful enough for him? Take action. He's planning on releasing within the next few weeks. Why is he releasing? He has no trust and it's not the right time. Not within the next few months. It's like he's saying you're not beautiful. You're not kind-hearted. Remember he said you were fighting? It's almost like you come across as rough. God, I don't get this. But he's planning on spying on you. Maybe what he's thinking here is he needs to let you go because you are beautiful and he feels like he's not good enough for you. What is going on here? What is going on here? Self-pleasing and I choose you. He doesn't want to self-please and I choose you. Alright, what's being hidden? It's not all in my head. What did he think was all in his head? That they will call, they didn't learn their lesson, and they have no strategy. Yeah, I think that he thought you were too good for him, so he was planning on breaking it off with you and then spying on you because he thought you would not call, like you hadn't learned your lesson and you had no strategy. And he's realizing somehow that this is not all in his head. So in some way, I think this person has chosen you and they want to be with you. But I don't think they feel the same way. I don't think they think you feel the same way. And I think it's because you're talking to them about your exes. What's being shown? I'm not reconciling because they won't change. Yes, stop talking to them about your exes. You're talking to them about your exes. And when you do that, it makes a person think you're not over them. Does that make any sense to you at all? What about that girl? Hey, you guys. It keeps coming out. All right, what's going to happen next? Somebody's going to be pretending that they're having a divine union, and they're not going to make them prove it. Because they're at their breaking point. I don't even know what to say about this. Let's do this a different way. Because his feelings, I'm going to be honest with you, his feelings are all over the place. All over the place. Let's see how you feel about him. How does Manya feel about this new fella? You're confused about whether or not the two of you are soulmates. So y'all get along good. Alright, so what's going on with him? He doesn't want to get sidetracked. He's got some memories he's dealing with, and he's got heart fog. He's sending you mixed signals. That's why you're confused. This guy feels like he's getting sidetracked from somebody else. How does he feel about the other person? He's still pain, and he's running from it. He has somebody in it's his ex, not yours. That's where I was making my mistake. He has an ex that he's running from. And that's what the confliction was about. All the conflicts. Confliction is he is not sure if he wants to get in another relationship right now, because right now he's running from the pain and escaping. So he's still getting over somebody else. Sure, I definitely will. Whew, this has been one heck of a ride right here. All right, show me what's going on with Manya's relationship with this new guy. Oh, Jesus. He's an emperor who's soul searching. Look. All major arcanas. Holy shit, Manya. What's going on with this new guy and Manya's relationship? What is going to happen here? Show us what the outcome is going to be. Manya, this is a major person in your life. Major person. No wonder y'all are so confused. This is a major, major relationship. It's going to definitely turn into something major. Right now, I think he's trying to get over somebody that he needs to leave alone, and so are you. And I think that's where the confusion was coming from. All right, talk to me, Spirit. Show me how this happened with this relationship. Fill in the blank. Spirit said, you know how it happened. All right, what's being hidden? The Magician in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse, and the Lovers in reverse. So somebody's having to make some choices here. Or maybe they feel like there's choices they really can't make here. They feel like they almost feel like this is punishment. This has been punishment for unaccepted responsibility and being haunted by the choices that you've made. If that makes any sense. That's what's being done. That's the thinking that's going on in secret, okay? So we have the Ten of Wands, Gemini the Lover, and Gemini the Magician. A lot of Gemini energy at play here. All right, what's being shown? The Empress is in reverse. Why is the Empress energy in reverse? Because she is afraid to take a risk. And we see over here in secret that somebody is afraid to take a risk. All right, so what's going to happen next? The Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords came out in reverse. That's a good position. Somebody is going to be all in determined. But there's some self-deception. What's the self-deception? Fill in the blank. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So it's almost like you're afraid that they're after your money. What's the truth? That they have their own money. They might be afraid you're after theirs. Or maybe you both have money. This is causing the sleepless nights. So what's going to happen next is you're going to go all in determined, but you're going to also be deceiving yourself that somebody is going to do something to take your money. And I said, is he going to do that? And it said, he's got his own money. He's a king of pentacles. Yeah, you're an empress. You have more money than he has. But he has money. He's not unwealthy. Is this making more sense? Maya. Maya. Okay. Well, this is a prediction. The money part is. Why are you in reverse with the Fool? Oh, baby. Because you're going to get your confidence back, and there's going to be a wheel, and this is going to move forward passionately. This relationship is going to move forward passionately because of a wheel. Clarify the wheel. You're going to look back. There's going to be an offer. Somebody is afraid, but they're going to get their confidence back because they were afraid that this would be a senseless risk and they would miss an opportunity with somebody else. But they're going to take a chance on this. And when they do, they're going to go all in determined. This is what I want. I'm not going to go back to what I was with. And I don't think it's just you. I think he also had a bad relationship that he kept going back to. And I think you were both kind of feeling those feelings. And that's what I was picking up with the feelings cards. But you're going to go all in determined and deceive yourselves about something happening to take off somebody's money. But when I said, will that happen, the King of Pentacles came out, which means I think he has a Gemini placement, and he also has why am I saying Capricorn? He might have a Capricorn placement. He has an air and an earth placement. He also, somebody has a Sagittarius placement, for sure, and an Aries. There's a lot of Gemini energy on the board. But this right here is you deceiving yourself. It's not somebody else deceiving you. Or it can also be an apology for thinking that about somebody. It could be like down the road, you could be like, when I first met you, I thought you were just after my money. And they could be like, I thought the same thing. Like I described with the James guy. And you could apologize to each other. And this could really turn out to be something great. Unexpected setbacks. Why are there unexpected setbacks? Damn it. Because of that Queen of Pentacles. His other match wanting to get back in the picture. But it ain't going to happen. He's not going to go back. I think he's going to like you better. I think he's going to really, really like you. I think this is a major did you see all the major arcanas in that reading? All right, Kailash, what's your question, baby? You're the Gemini. You came out strong in that reading. Okay. Do you have a good future? We'll keep looking at it because she's going to try. She's going to try to come back. I'm being honest with you. Okay. Do you have a future in your company? Of course you do. Does Kailash have a future in his company? Don't stop. Not within the next few months. Does Kailash have a future in his company? Opportunity, don't stop. Success, stop. Alright, is Kailash going to have an opportunity in his company? Is Kailash going to have an opportunity in the near future in his company? You're not going to have to wait. There's something better. Is Kailash going to have success and abundance in his company? Unlikely. Don't stop. Okay? So, will something better come along? Romance, take action, and helpful people. So maybe something you love is going to come along and you need to take action on that and you'll have helpful people. Outcome of success with the romance and take action. Abundance. Can't make it up. So I don't know. You got some kind of romance going on. You need to take action. There's abundance there. And don't ask for help from others. Surprise. I don't know if that was good news or not. Hey, Rhonda. I understand, baby. Trust me, I understand. I don't watch other readers. This is the only channel I watch, and it actually brings me comfort. And it's my own channel, like it's my own voice. But when I listen to it, it's all new to me because I can't remember what I've said. That was a bit confusing, except you weren't with me. What if you made abundance with me? How cool would that be? Are me and Kailash gonna have dinner soon? It's up to you, be assertive. There's something better. Ooh, there's something better than dinner, Kailash. Are we gonna have something better soon? Not in the near future. And don't ask for help from others. Well, it did say. All right. I love you guys. I love you, love you, love you. Is it going to be dessert and not dinner? Meditation brings answers. Within the next few months. Come on, Kailash. Come on and take me out to dinner and you're going to get dessert. I love you, baby. Mwah. I'll see you tomorrow. What a world we live in. Thank you, J. Gold Rice. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Y'all take care. Be safe out there. Love you all. Bye-bye.